Hi everyone, I welcome you back to this channel Technical Drawing Masterclass. So today we are going to look at still orthographic projection, just as I presented to you the same topic my last video. So I have come up with another example just to make sure that we fully understand the topic. So let's get started and see how we can go over it. So right here I have my isometric block of given dimensions. So it's from this isometric block that we are going to generate our orthographic views, of course in first angle orthographic projection. So in first angle orthographic projection, the plan is ever the bottom, then the front is ever at the top, then the end elevation is ever at the side. So let's get started and I show you how exactly you can generate all these views from this isometric block. So first we are going to start with the plan view. So for the plan view, you imagine yourself viewing this object from the top view. The views that you'll be seeing this top view and also this bottom view. But then there are some parts of the object that you won't be seeing, like this rectangular hollow that goes through this part of the object. So let's get started and I show you exactly how you can come up with a plan view. So we have the 60 millimeters and the 40 millimeters. So I'm going to combine the two dimensions to give me 100. Then also I'll combine this 40 plus this 40 to give me 80 millimeters. So I'll draw a rectangle of dimensions 100 by 80 millimeters. So I'll use the rectangle tool, but first I'll activate my layer for views. So I'll draw a rectangle whose dimensions are 80. I press the tab key, then I feed in 100. So I'll move this rectangle to that point, then after I'll explode it such that I can highlight an independent line at once. So next we have this isometric block, but then I'll offset 10 millimeters of this edge here, which is this. Then also I'll offset 50 millimeters of this edge. So let's first do that. So first I'll offset 10, then next I'll offset 50. Then after I'm going to offset 40 millimeters of this edge here. So from here I'll offset 40. Then after I'll trim off that line and also that line. Then I'll also trim off that line. Then also I'll trim off that line. So next, according to the isometric block, the distance from this edge here up to this edge here is 60. What I'll do is from this line here, I'll offset 60. Then from this edge here, I'll offset 40. This edge here, I'll offset 40. Then I'll use the trim command of those lines that I don't need. So what we are left with is to draw this rectangular hole that goes through this part of the block. So its dimensions are 20 by 30. The height of this part of the block is 50, then here it's 40. So you find that if this is 40 and this is 20, that means this edge of the rectangular hole was offsetted 10 millimeters off this edge, and also this part of the rectangular hole was offsetted 10 millimeters from this other edge. Okay, so you also find that it's the same thing when it comes to this edge and also this edge, whereby this edge of the rectangular hole was offsetted 10 millimeters from this edge, and also the same thing right here. So this is what we are going to do. So I will highlight this line, and from it I will offset another line 10 millimeters from it, and also 10 millimeters from it. Now try to extend this line, then I'll trim off that line. So I'll change these ones to hidden, because when you're viewing this isometric block from the top, you won't be able to see this rectangular hole. So that's why I've indicated it as hidden. Okay, I think that is it for the plan. So let's get to the front elevation. So for the front elevation, we are going to use first the projection lines. So I'll activate my layer for projection lines, which is here. Then I'll use the line command, and I'll use the copy command, and I'll just copy it to those respective points. So remember, I said at the beginning of this video that for first angle orthographic projection, the plan is ever at the bottom, then the front is ever at the top, and the end elevation is ever at the side. So for the front, we are going to be viewing this object from this direction here. So let me show you exactly how you can come up with the front elevation in AutoCAD. So I'm going to combine this 50 by 10, which is 60, and also I'll combine this 40 by 40, which is 80. So I'm going to draw a rectangle whose length is 80 by the height of 60. So I'll activate my layer for views. I use the rectangle command. So here I'll feed in 80, and I press the tab key, feed in 60. Press enter. So next, I'll move this rectangle up to that point right there. I'll highlight it. Next, I'll explode it. So after that, I'll click on that line. Then I'll offset it at a distance of 10. Remember, offsetting it's like duplicating a line. Okay, you can offset this line to any given number of lines that you want, or you can duplicate any number of lines that you want. Okay, but for me in this case I only need that one. So after that, I'm going to show you how exactly you can come up with this face and also this face, because they are the ones that we shall be seeing when we stand at this point and we view this whole isometric block from this direction. So those are the major views we shall be seeing. So next, I'll draw that line. So after that, remember we already have this 10 millimeters, which is the distance from this edge here up to this edge here, and also this edge here up to this edge here. So next, I want us to offset this line at a distance of 10 and also this line at a distance of 10 such that we can have the 30 here, because the overall height here is 50. So when you add 10 by 10 and this other 10, it gives you 20. So if you subtract 20 from 50, the only remaining distance will be 30. So from this line here, I'll offset 10, which is right there. Then also I'll offset another 10. So I'll use the trim command, trim off that line, also that line, also that line, also that line, that line, and that line. So next, I'll use the line command. I draw a line from this point up to that point. Press the enter key on my keyboard such that I can get back to the line command. Then I draw another line from this point up to that point. So next, we are going to draw the side view. You can see that we already have the front elevation. I just forgotten to draw up that line there, because when you're standing right here, you'll be seeing that this face here is separated by this edge from this face here, okay, and it's in line with this other face. So we are done with the front elevation. So let's draw the end elevation. So still, I'll activate my layer for projection lines. I'll use the line command from this point. I'll draw that line. Then I'll activate it. Then I'll try to copy it to these different points. Yeah, I think that is it. Then also, I'll also do the same thing right here. Then from that, at this point here, I'll raise a perpendicular. So this projection line, I'll copy it to the other different lines. So for the end elevation, we're going to be viewing this isometric block from this side. So imagine you standing at this point, then you're viewing this object from this side. So whatever you will be seeing will be your end elevation. So we shall be seeing this face here, okay? Then also we shall be seeing this face here, then also this face here. But we won't be seeing this rectangular hole as it is in the front. So let me show you exactly how you can go over it. So we are going to draw a rectangle whose height is 60 and also length is 100. I'll first activate my layer for this. I'll use the rectangle command. From this point here, I'll draw a rectangle. Okay, then after that I'll activate that rectangle, then I'll explode it. So next, remember we are viewing this object from this side, so I'll first get this face here like this. So I'll just copy that line up to that point there. Okay, then after that, remember I have this part of the block, so I'll follow up this projection line. So I'll activate that line, then I'll copy also this line up to that point there, then also I'll copy that line up to that point there. So I'll trim off those excess lines, then after I'll also copy that line up to that point there. And I'll trim off that line, then also I'll trim off that line and also that line, then also I'll trim off that line and also that line, this one, that line and that line. So what we are left with is to indicate this rectangular hole as hidden. Remember, it runs from this edge up to this edge. The same thing applies to this upper edge. So I'll activate my layer for hidden lines. I'll use the line command. Then I'll draw a line from this point up to that point. Then after, I'll just copy it to that point. Then I press escape. Then after, I'm going to delete these projection lines that have exceeded the limits. Such that the drawing can look a little bit clean and understandable. Okay, what we are left with is to put the dimensions. So for the dimensions, I'm going to be a little bit faster such that I can make the video not too long. So first, I'll activate my layer for dimensions. So when you're done with putting the dimensions, what you're left with is to label the views. So we shall use the text command. So this will be the plan view. Then I'll try to align it such that it can look neat. So after that, I'll copy it here, also there. So I'll double click on the text, then I'll just edit it to front view. Then this one, I'll edit it to end view. So we have come to the end of this video, and if you have really found something of helpful and it has added value to you, please you can like, subscribe to this channel, and also you can share this kind of content to your friends and relatives that you feel like they're in need of this kind of content. Thanks for watching. We meet next time for more content in technical drawing.